Should you stay in your secure, stable, safe job, or should you leave it for greener pastures to follow your passion? We're gonna answer this question today. Super, super important question. Just in case you don't know me, I'm Dahlia, and what I do is I help professionals to land highly paid work that they love. And this is a question, I would say, at least 80% of people who reach out to me, this is really the big question that they're grappling with. Dahlia, my job is really good. I should be happy to have it. I'm feeling bored. I'm not that happy, but is this as good as it gets? What if I leave and then I end up with something worse? I don't want to give up the money. There's a whole list of excuses. I have kids I need to support. I have bills I need to pay. I worked so hard to get to where I am right now. Why am I not happy? Maybe all I need is a meditation or yoga retreat, and that will make me happy. And the list goes on and on and on. And then usually there are a few ideas related to that, like, oh, I'm thinking about maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, maybe I should start a business, maybe I should go and get another degree, maybe this, and all these different maybes. But the person is usually not really ready to go for any of those things because they don't have the certainty that it'll work out and be better than where you are right now. So with this question, the number one thing to realize is that if you keep asking yourself this question to stay or leave, you're gonna end up in a loop like that for the rest of your life. And at the end of your life, you're gonna end up with a massive regret that you stayed in that loop, that you never lived your dream. You just stayed in your boring job because you were afraid to make a move. And at the end of your life, that's gonna be your big realization. You're gonna wonder, what if you don't go for it? So that's the first thing to realize. You don't want to stay in that loop. So when you start realizing, oh my gosh, this is the exact same question I was asking myself last week and last month and even last year. And I have some people saying, I've been asking myself this question for the last 5 years. You need to start asking yourself, how long am I gonna stay with the same dilemma over and over again? Life is about growth, it's about change, it's about evolution. And if you're constantly dealing with the same question over and over again, you're not evolving, you're just staying stuck and you're actually devolving, you're going backwards. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. And the second thing is that there's a massive fallacy that where you are right now is safe. Your job is, and I'm not saying this to be mean, it's just reality, and actually I find it quite liberating, but your job is not safe. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who thought that their jobs were so safe, so secure, and then from one day to the next, they get laid off for whatever reason, right? Restructurings, new department head comes in, new whatever, times are changing, and their post gets abolished or deleted, or they get laid off, or even they get fired. And why does that happen? Well, sometimes it's through absolutely no fault of your own, but oftentimes what you don't realize is that when you're not excited about your job, other people can tell, and you can try to hide it as much as you want. You might think, I'm sitting here, I'm doing what I need to do, but other people can tell that your heart is not in it. You can't fake that kind of motivation. So what happens is that people start to realize around you that you're not 100% all in. You're just doing your job. You're just giving it, you're just getting your job done to go home at the end of the day. This is not something you're passionate about. And then guess who is going to be the first person to be kicked out when those cuts come along? It's always going to be, and not always, a lot of the time, it's going to be the person or the people who are not all in, who are less than motivated. And the solution to that isn't, oh, how unfair, I was getting my job done. The solution is, in the new economy, you can't afford anymore to just get your job done. You need to be passionate about what it is that you do. And it used to be that a job is just a job. You just need to get it over with and done. But it's becoming so competitive now that there's always going to be someone more energized than you, more ready to go than you, who really, this is their passion to do this job. And so you might think, well, I'm getting the job done, but there's someone else ready to take your job who's actually going to be excited about it for whatever reason. Maybe they're younger and for them that's still a cool experience, even though you've been doing it for 15 years and for you it's boring. Maybe it's someone who it just aligns with whatever it is they want to do, or for whatever the reason, right? It's exciting to someone else, it's not exciting to you. That's going to show, and you're going to be more likely to be laid off and actually lose your job that you've been hanging on to for the security, and then it turns out it's not secure at all. The best security you can have is not through your job. It's actually through, number one, your passion for your mission, because when you have a passion for a mission, regardless of what happens with your current employer, you are on a mission, and you're going to have that energy to stay on your mission with a different employer, a different project. Number two, it comes from your ability to brand yourself. So how are you branding yourself? How are you telling your story? That is what gives you security as well, so that employers take notice of you and want to hire you. And then number three is through your access to the hidden job market. How strong of a network do you have? Who is ready to hire you? The day you get fired or the day you decide to leave the job that you're in, who's out there who goes, oh great, I'm so lucky. We need to grab you right now that you're free. Or now that you've approached this person and said, hey, I'm actually looking for a new step in my career. This is what I'm looking for. And they say, great, let's hire you. Or I'm going to connect you to the person who will hire you. So those are the three things that give you true job security. Your job security is not the job that you are in. That can be deleted at any point in time. If you don't believe me, look around, have a look at Reddit, have a look at some different fora out there. It might not be something that you're thinking about, but none of these people who are losing their jobs thought they were going to lose their jobs. And it does happen. So you want to create your own job security. But regardless, like even if you never get fired and you never lose your job, is that really security? Losing your confidence day by day, not evolving as a human being, not making the impact you want to make, not living up to your potential. There are real consequences to this, even health consequences that I've seen for people. And there is a cost, there really is. You might think you're staying safe and you're paying the bills for your kids and that your kids are the main reason that you're staying in this job, but it's not a good example for your kids. I had a client who actually changed careers because of his daughters, and he could see his daughters growing up really fast, and he was realizing, this is not the dad I want to be. I don't want to be a role model for them of someone who's in a job that's boring to him, that he's not passionate about. That's not the way I want them to grow up. I want to see them with a dad who's earning well in an amazing job that he's super proud of, and I want to pass down that passion for work and for life to my daughters. Not be the dad coming home going, yeah, another day at work. What kind of an influence is that going to have? So these are the kind of things that should be your motivations, not your excuses. You want to have the best life possible to be a good influence on the people around you, not be sacrificing your life, sacrificing your happiness, sacrificing your well-being for the people around you. You want to be the best person you can be, and that is what's going to be a good influence. And then finally, the final point about this, which is really important to keep in mind, is that it's a fallacy that you have to quit it all, give up your paycheck, be really stupid and risky so that you can go and pursue your passion and go save the whales or something. You can get a new, better paid, better job with the same benefits or better than what you have right now before you leave your old job. So sometimes the mind will tell you, oh my God, it's so scary to make a change. It's all or nothing. Either you give up this steady, secure paycheck and jump off the cliff and possibly die, or you go for it, or you take the risk and you just go for it. But at the end of the day, that's not how it works. There's all kinds of risk mitigation strategies you can use so that you're not quitting your old job until you have something just as amazing, just as secure on the other side. So I just think it's this mind trick that our minds play, where they think that where we are right now is safer than where you want to go. But it's a total fallacy. Set up your risk mitigation strategies so that you're not taking obviously, if you want to get success in life, you need to take some risks, of course, but you're not going to allow yourself to be without a paycheck to feed your kids. You're going to have a risk mitigation strategy to make sure that doesn't happen, to make sure that you're not quitting a job until you have an even better job, in the pipeline, that kind of thing. So take home message is just don't play small. Don't allow your brain to trick you into thinking that where you are right now is safer than your future dreams. It's totally fine in your career to be ready for something new, to be bored of something that previously was exciting to you. It's called evolution. And if you're not growing, you are dying. Don't let yourself die. Keep yourself growing. And I'll leave you with that. But let me know below, is this something that you've been struggling with? And then if it is, feel free to message me and I will see how I can help, because life is way too short to be stuck in a boring job and to not be reaching your potential.